What if the only thing between you and the life you've always wanted is one question? Not a degree, not more time, not a miracle, just one simple question. What if I tried? Let that question sit with you. Let it echo in your chest. Let it whisper to the part of you that still believes, still hopes, even after the world tried to make you stop. What if I go for it? What if I keep going just a little longer? What if today is the turning point I've been waiting for? We always ask, what if I fail? But rarely do we ask, what if I don't? What if it actually works? Every single person who did something extraordinary started in a place just like yours. A place of uncertainty, a place of fear, a place where they were tired, broke, doubted and alone. But they had one thing, a spark, a question, what if? There was a boy who stuttered so badly he couldn't get through a sentence without breaking into frustration. People laughed, teachers gave up. He was told to stick to jobs where he wouldn't have to speak. But in the quiet moments, late at night when no one else could hear, he looked in the mirror and whispered, what if I'm meant for more? So he practiced. He recorded himself. He stumbled. He repeated. He failed and got up. Day after day, year after year. That boy became a man. And that man stood on stages around the world, moving crowds to tears and thunderous applause. That man is Eric Thomas, one of the most powerful motivational speakers alive. And all of it began with one question. What if? Now imagine this. A young girl born into poverty, legs wrapped in metal braces. Doctors said she would never walk. Her family prayed. Neighbors pitied her. The world expected nothing. But in her heart, she carried a fire. One night, staring at the ceiling, she whispered, what if they're wrong? She fought through pain, through setbacks, through every reason to quit. And she didn't just walk, she ran. She ran so fast the world had to catch up. Wilma Rudolph became the first American woman to win 3 Olympic gold medals in a single Games because she asked one bold question. What if I can? What if your fear is a compass pointing to your greatest breakthrough? What if your pain is shaping your purpose? What if the very thing you're afraid of is the doorway to everything you've ever wanted? We run from what if because we fear failure. But have you ever thought about the failure that comes from never trying? Regret doesn't shout, it whispers. What if I had spoken up? What if I had started that business? What if I had chased that dream instead of settling? The graveyard is the richest place on earth. It's filled with dreams unspoken, songs unwritten, inventions unbuilt, ideas never shared, buried beneath fear and doubt. But you're not there. You're here, breathing, thinking, listening. That means your story isn't over. Maybe it hasn't even begun. Maybe your voice is the one that will spark a revolution. Maybe your story will help someone else survive theirs. Maybe your yes will unlock someone else's healing. But you'll never know unless you ask. The question, what if? What if you're not too late? What if you're right on time? What if your broken heart becomes the light someone else needs in the dark? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be polished. It just has to begin right here, right now, with you. Because what if isn't a question to fear, it's a door. And the ones who change the world are the ones who walk through it. Start small, start shaky, start scared, but start. Plant the seed. Say the dream out loud. Take one tiny step, even if the path ahead isn't clear. The universe responds to motion. It rewards belief, it honors courage. And if you fall, good. Falling means you were moving. Stumbling means you were trying. Failure is not the enemy. It's the teacher. The test that proves you're alive and in the game. So next time fear whispers, what if it all goes wrong? You whisper back, what if it all goes right? What if your leap becomes the bridge? What if your voice becomes the answer to someone else's prayer? What if your risk becomes your legacy? You'll never know unless you go. So go. Dream louder. Risk bigger. Love deeper. Speak braver. Let the world see what happens when someone chooses belief over fear, because that someone might just be you. And if this story lit something in your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Let someone else feel the spark of what if. Subscribe to Your Book Dose for more cinematic stories that speak to the soul, and leave a comment. My what if is, let's speak it into existence. Let's build it together, because your what if could change the world. And I, for one, can't wait to see what happens when you choose to believe.